Hello, welcome back to another preview review. I'm Foxy, that's Rob.
Right, Foxy.
Hiya mate, yeah, I'm really good. We've had a really good summer, guys. We're going to talk a little bit about the sort of pre-season and where we're expecting sort of Borough to go a little bit with transfers and stuff like that. It's only a little quick show just to get you guys ready for a banging season, hopefully. We're at the Tees Barrage. Hopefully there's going to be not much of this season. We don't want to be on the Rapids this season. Hopefully we have a pretty smooth run to the top of the table and go straight up, but I doubt that. We all know what my feelings are on our team. I was kind of right last season, although I wish I was wrong. But, so, from what we see, we haven't had much transfer activity, but we have had quite a lot of people, how can I put it, people playing in the positions that were bought to play in, i.e. Howson and Clayton, and a few other people mixed up in there. So let's have a little chat about that. Last game we played Augsburg, we got beat. I don't know how you guys feel at home, but friendly results to me don't really mean anything unless you're getting absolutely hammered with your first 11, unless you pick the first 11 and that's your strongest team. But that hasn't happened. What has happened instead is he's played people in positions that they were bought for. So Howson and Clayton have played in attacking roles in the last few games. Augsburg especially, he started with Dale Fries as defensive midfielder, which is promising. I like the look of that. He's also played in right back, but as defensive midfielder he looks really calm and collected there, and that's a position that we really need to fill this year. We know that Clayton can't do it, we know that Lead Boots can't do it. I don't want to see Howson there either, so he's looked. McNair obviously has been brought in, but I would say McNair's a defender. And he played McNair as a defender, right back against Augsburg, which he looked half decent. So he played Flint and Gibson centre backs with McNair right back and George Friend left back, which I hope George Friend doesn't start the season as a left back. He's a good squad player, but he kind of got found out last season. He's a bit immobile for me, but great squad player. So Dale Fry centre mid, looked good, calm, cool and collected, passing the ball about like he's meant to play there. So maybe that's a sign of something to come. Clayton and Howson in front of him. Ashley Fletcher, who I rate as a player, and I know that's probably going to be a minority's opinion, but this guy needs a few games, guys, and I think you'll find that there's a real good player in there. He was bought 7 million, decent price tag in this league, and I think the guy deserves a run. So he played him on one side and Bamford on the other. As a midfield five with a Sombalonga up front, and when they move forward, we have that three: Bamford, Fletcher and Sombalonga, but I doubt that's going to be the way anything's going to start, because Traore will come back into that team. If in fact he stays, we don't know. If he is going to go, he needs to go, because we need that money here to buy players and also to settle the team, because that's a position that's going to be key for us, and that's a position that, if he does go, he's not a squad player, so we're going to need to fill that straight away. Maybe, like I say, that's maybe where Fletcher can come into his own. Or Clayton, or Howson. They're not a Traore that we've seen, but nobody is, obviously. But it could be a kind of sort of position that we don't fill with one player, we fill with three. As stupid as that sounds, we've got more of a solidified unit there instead of us all being about one player, which I personally think we need to do. It's brilliant having a player like Traore in your team who's fantastic, but if it all goes through him, when it doesn't go through him and players and teams mark him out the game as we found last season, we don't have any other options. So that other players as a unit is what I'm looking for, I think. So obviously, like I say, Bamford played out wide. I don't know whether a Sombalonga would start up front for me. Probably not for you guys either. So there's work within that squad. There's a lot of sort of players that can kind of come in and come out. We've obviously got Lewis Wing, who came on and scored a goal. He came on for Bamford, I think, or Ashley Fletcher. But either way, he came on and scored a really good goal and looked promising. The guy can score goals for fun. And obviously we've got Tav out there playing for England under-19s at the moment, who's looking really good. Set a couple of goals up against Turkey the other night. I want to see these players brought into the fray. So if this is the reason why we haven't had much transfer activity, players coming in, then let's go with it. We're a tall team, we're a strong team. As Rob pointed out to me the other day, we had over 8 players who were 6'2" against Augsburg, which we're not surprised as a Tony Pulis unit. He kind of looked at it a little bit last season, where playing 4 centre-backs across the defence. So I've got no problem with being a strong physical team as long as we can keep the ball. So Augsburg, like I say, we got beat 2-1, but the fitness levels, everybody got a game. It's about fitness levels, and if that's the structure moving forward, 3-5-2, I'm happy with that. Or 4-4, 1-1, however you want to look at that. So we've got Accrington Stanley tomorrow or today, whenever you're watching this, guys. Accrington Stanley have been in the news quite recently with their chairman, John Holt, having a massive argument on Twitter with Gary Neville regarding bringing players in from other leagues and playing sort of league wages. Salford, obviously, Salford, who they're having the argument with Gary Neville, have just bought in Adam Rooney, paid him £4,000 a week, brought him in from Aberdeen, and that's caused a little bit of ripples through football where, you know, people are saying, especially, well, John Holt is actually trying to say that they're trying to buy a place in the Football League, but we've seen that done before on a grander scale when Abramovich came into Chelsea. The other end of the spectrum, people saying that he's trying to buy the league, and it does work. It does work. You're bringing players of a good quality, you're paying wages, and inevitably they're going to move you out of the league. So, like I say, he's quite a fiery character there, Chairman, but like I say, he's been having an argument this week on Twitter regarding that, saying that Accrington Stanley can't afford those wages. That's true, but Accrington Stanley, you know, maybe like other clubs out there, they've got to build their team ethic another way. And they've had a decent run in pre-season. They've just beaten Henley or Hendley, somebody like a London team 3 or 4-0. Nothing flash there, but previously to that, they've just beaten Huddersfield 3-0. Now I don't know what team Huddersfield put out, but it's still a decent scalp by anyone's standards. So I think we'll have a decent game tomorrow. I think he's going to mix it up like we've been playing Desart. He's been giving people a run, Pulis, so we're not sure what the team will be, but it's about match fitness, as I've said. But it'll be a decent test at Accrington. They're going to want to put one over on us, as they have just done with Huddersfield. But as I said at the start of this, it's not about results, it's just about fitness. Although results would be nice too. So, any Borough fans going there, going there tomorrow, I think we'll have a decent game. I can't see it being anything, any 4-0, 5-0, anything like that. It'll probably be a tight game because of the amount of substitutions that will be made. But 2-1, 2-0, something like that probably. I'm all for us getting tested at lower leagues because they're going to give you a game. As Sunderland fans will find out this season in League One, if they're not up for it, they'll get railroaded at every club they go to. But we won't start swearing. Sorry, I do apologise. So realistically, like I say, this is just a little intro into what we've got coming up. We've got some banging shows, previews and reviews every week like we normally do. We're going to add stuff to it. We want plenty of comments. We want you all getting involved. And we want to know what you feel now, even still, about what we do with the transfer window. We've only really got a month left, guys. It shuts on August the 5th, which is the first time in a long time that the Championship, the lower league window shuts before the Premiership. It normally carries on. It's the first time in a long time that we have a window shut that quickly. So all the other clubs in the league are doing business. Stoke, West Brom, Derby, Forest especially. We all know what to expect from Forest, Mr. Karanka. So, like I say, what are your thoughts? Are we moving forward positively, as I've just mentioned there? Is he going to give other players chance this season? Is he going to give Houston and Clayton the option to play in that role, attacking role which we bought them for, maybe see the best in him? Is he going to play Dale Fry centre mid all season? I like the sound of that. That is definitely a position we need, though. We need that fixing. If we're going to play football as well, which hopefully we will, and have a bit of possession this season, as we got found out against Villa, Dale Fry could maybe be that man that is the sort of the catalyst, because he likes having the ball from what we've seen in pre-season. But again, that comes back to a point that I've made earlier, that we haven't played anyone who are of any real sort of stature. So it's all to look forward to. On a rainy day down by the barrage, there's plenty of optimism. We don't want to see any of this, Mr. Pulis. No waves, no ripples. We just want to bombard teams, get the result and get out of there if that's how we're going to be. We'll have a plan B if we need it. The other thing that I need to mention to you all is I've had a baby, yeah. So I may seem a little bit off kilter here, and I may have waffled a little bit here, but to be fair to me, I haven't had much sleep in the last 2 weeks. So this one's for Scarlett, and please, whatever happens, just give your dad a night's sleep for once. So listen, like I say, get involved this season. It's going to be massive. We'll have a prediction anyway, because that's how we roll. I'm going 2-0 Borough.
No.
Rob's going 2-0. Like I say, it doesn't matter, but we like to try and be on the money. That's what we're here for. But it's all about you guys. So please get in touch, whether it's just a bit of abuse, whether it's something interesting, or whatever your point may be. So, like I say, lots to look forward to, Borough fans. I'm Foxy, that's Rob. Take care, guys. Peace out, whoever you are, wherever you are.